Hello, good evening, and welcome to Big Brother's Chembot on the Side, our sort of weekly take on Big Brother USA.
I'm Lindsay.
This is James.
And we offer a British insight on all the American fun and games.
Didn't I just say that?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not even British.
Oh, what are you?
Somalian.
Don't get started with the racism now. Come on.
It's not racist to say Somalian.
No, but you're not Somalian. I heard those
Prove it.
Somalian people are nice.
They are nice, lovely people, salt of the earth.
Well, you can't be one then.
Oh.
So, since we last came to visit...
we managed to cull the entire house of black people, so that was good.
So much stuff has happened. We've seen Howard defeated.
Amanda must have been over the moon.
Amanda gone mad. Candice gone in a clowny tard. Clowny tard, that don't sound right.
It was a clownitard though.
Yeah, I know, but it's just saying tard. It don't sound right, does it?
Well, no more than humilitard or whatever retard.
And more recently, Judd cut down in his prime.
Why?
Why? Oh, why? Let's not mull that over just yet. Let's go right back.
Okay.
Because we haven't done one for a little while because we're a bit not incapacitated. That don't sound right.
Because we're not enjoying the show.
Oh yeah, but aren't you happy that MVP is over, or is it too late?
Of course I'm fucking happy. But why are there 9 people in the jury?
I don't know.
When I heard there was 9 people in the jury, I thought, oh my god, they're going to keep this MVP up the whole season. It's going to be a nightmare. But now there's 9 people in the jury, and they're dropping the MPV, and I still can't quite work out whatever the fuck it is. MVP, MPV,
PCP. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, I think the show's like 20 days longer than normal or something.
Oh right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind that if it was a normal show that I normally enjoy.
But now you might do. So
I bet you if we listened to our podcast from this time last year, we were so happy. We were all like really enjoying it. And
it's like the best time of year, isn't it? It's the most wonderful time of year. Not Christmas like they try and tell you it is. But now it's one of the more indifferent times of year.
I'll tell you what, one of the major problems, well, there's been a few major problems, but one of the major problems this year... Andy's t-shirts.
Gina Marie.
No, Gina Marie's basically my favourite person in the house, which tells you all you need to know.
I think mine's Aaron now.
Yeah, I like Aaron now too. So basically, here's the main problem. Sheep vote. It's ruled by the sheep vote this year, isn't it? No one dares step out of line.
Sheep vote's always a problem in that show though. Always.
Yeah, but there's normally like 1 or 2 who will stick up. Like that Helen basically is like running the whole house, and like Aaron.
She says she is, but is she?
She
it seems to be a lot of talk. And
as soon as that judge thing happened, I knew Helen's hand was on it. And then Aaron's like, "Oh, I've got to do what the house wants." The house isn't like a sentient creature. It's what fucking Helen wants or what Amanda wants.
Sentient.
Yeah, sentient.
What's that mean?
Thinking. Alive.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
The house does think.
How?
Well, you got Ted upstairs. He's got a brain. Diary room that can talk back to you. The fish. There's a lot going on with the fish.
Oh, don't mention those. But if Ted was really in charge, then surely Howard would have stayed because they wanted to keep the black people in and get Aaron out.
Not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily. I don't think so.
Howard was a boring bastard.
Oh, God.
Like, fair enough, he was a nice guy, whatever, but he was
he
boring.
though? Was he nice?
He was just boring.
Do you know what? He was flip-floppy. He was flip-floppy from the beginning. He was all over the shop.
Remember that speech? He did called them all in and did a speech.
About the ants?
No, that was his high point. No, he called them all into the kitchen and was like, this, that and the other. And they played like comedy music over the top, so you knew it weren't going well.
Oh, he wasn't talking any sense?
No, he was just talking nonsense. It's stupid.
They give him the old, the gnarled old FBI agent music, didn't they?
He was good. Yes.
No, he wasn't good.
No, he was funny though. I think Jack, the old FBI agent, is Ian Terry's favourite Big Brother contestant of all time.
He just wishes he was in there with him.
Don't ask me how I know these things.
He was the worst contestant ever.
He wasn't. What about that guy who got evicted in the banana seat?
What? I always thought it was Eric. Was it
No,
Eric?
it wasn't Eric. It was some
something
old
like
guy.
that.
It was some old guy. But no, wasn't he like initials like not AJ? It was something like that.
I don't
But
know.
I thought of him.
It was like season 3 or 4 or I don't know.
I thought of him when Candice got evicted in Clowny Tard. So let's pick out some of the key scenes that I found of interest over the past week or so.
Oh yeah. Is it Ota Checks or Ota Bix?
Checks.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say we were sponsored by Head Cheese. It's too late now.
What is Head Cheese?
Well, I know what it is in this country. I don't know what it is there.
I don't think it even is in this country.
What do you mean?
They can't have smegma as a task punishment on Big Brother USA. That's not right.
Gina Marie would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
If it was
I'm gonna
Nick's,
eat all of it."
If it was Nick's, she'd gobble every last bit.
Oh God! So a scene that I quite enjoyed, I don't know about you, was when Amanda and Spencer were on the veranda, and Amanda on the veranda. That sounds good. And Amanda's like, "Hey, I know what you're doing," and Spencer's like, had a go at her and told her to shut up. And Amanda said, "Don't tell a woman to shut up." And she called,
disrespectful.
She called him a bully.
Bully boy. Has he been reading the bully books?
Who do you think is a bigger bully out of Amanda or Spencer?
Amanda.
Yeah, no shit.
Spencer's a cowardly little thing. Spencer's all scuttling around behind the back. Amanda's there. Howard.
Spencer's not scuttling around when he's got that megaphone now, is he? Shouting loud then.
No, that must have dented his strategy for a day or two.
Brian Monco.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Spencer was the only one who wasn't implicit in the Get Judd Out party.
Didn't you vote for him though?
He did, but he didn't know it was going to be Judd. They just said to him, vote for the replacement nominee, and he just did as he was told. And then he said, look how quick they turned on one of their own, and he ain't wrong, you know.
Well, look how quick he turned.
On whom? Moving company.
Spencer.
On whom?
Anyone. He'll turn on a dime. Expected.
Anyway, when Howard went back in 1965, it was a sheep vote. Surprise, surprise.
Who could forget the clarion call of Amanda of get Howard out? Finally,
Howard.
300 years later, someone listened.
Yeah, that was back when I liked Amanda. The only person who voted to save Howard was Spencer. And then when Howard left, do you know what his parting words to Candice were?
Was it, what if I killed you? What if I killed all of you? No?
No, it was, go get your bed. Mattress Wars lives on. Did you know that?
No? What about the bed?
I don't know.
Were they sharing one or?
I don't know.
Is it the one that got overturned
That's
in the
what
race?
I'm thinking, yeah. Like, it's Turf Wars, isn't it? So once Howard was out the door taking his boring speeches with him, we had the endurance contest of them rolling out the barrel. Do you remember this?
Roll out the barrel.
Yeah, jiggling
We'll have
around
a barrel of fun.
Did you enjoy that?
I did quite enjoy it. I thought it was quite a good task. It looked quite difficult. We saw Alyssa nearly come a cropper right at the beginning.
Did you notice the barrels were like all falling apart? All this paint was coming
I
off
didn't notice that.
Yeah,
no,
it was. I'm telling you.
Sure, it wasn't Grace because things are about to get a little slippy around here.
No, it weren't. And then, do you remember who won that task?
I remember Andy stayed on quite a long time. Jessie seemed to stay on quite a long time. Was it Gina Marie won it in the end? Yeah.
Scrubs.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, you cockroaches. Gina Marie got her hair dye. And
you know what? It's redemption for Nick, isn't it?
Oh, Nick. She got a picture of Nick in the HOH room.
Now, I think they should have done a letter from Nick.
I don't think Nick wants to write that letter.
Look, Gina Marie, I really appreciate your support, but I've met someone else, and she's not a nasty old fishwife.
Yeah, and she don't use the N-word.
Now, I've not heard her say that.
No, I've heard people say it.
Have you heard the clip? Have you heard it?
No, I've not heard the clip.
Well, there we go. You can't prove it.
No, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Then there was quite a good row between Jessie and Amanda. Basically, Jessie was...
How can Jessie have a good row?
No, it was quite good. Jessie was moaning because she wanted to go to a barbecue that Helen won, and Helen could only take 3 people.
Yeah.
Jessie was like going, oh, there'll be alcohol there, I want to go. Like, alright old
Oh
lush.
yeah,
Remember?
booze face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like, there'll be drink there. Then
drink.
Then Amanda was sitting out in the garden. No, Amanda come out in the garden in her knickers. Do you remember?
Yeah,
She's wearing her knickers.
I do remember. Yeah,
it's rude.
well, not really.
Rude. And then her and Jessie had quite a good fight. Actually, it was quite funny. But then McRae was sitting there like looking like he wanted to disappear. Andy was sitting there looking all embarrassed. What?
Andy's always looking.
I know.
Ashamed of himself, shuffling from
group to group,
weak group to weak group.
But I did like Jessie's one line in that argument. You're in your underwear to Amanda. I just thought that was a good takedown.
I don't think she's bothered.
No, I don't either.
Good luck to her and her underwear, I say.
And then afterwards, McRae gave Amanda a talking to, and it reminded me of like when Brendan used to tell Rachel off and tell her to wind her neck in.
I know, but
Oh.
so early on.
So Gina Marie put up Jessie and Candice.
Right.
I know it's too boring.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And
That's a floater's paradise, isn't it?
And then, yeah, exactly. But then we had the MVP, final MVP,
which was the public, right?
Yeah, and the public in the
Put
choice between a racist and
a homewrecker.
and
No, sorry, they haven't got a homewrecker. That's our show. Sorry.
And a dominant woman in her underpants. They decided to put up the dominant woman in her underpants.
Well, you know, those pants were very revealing. Isn't Amanda racist as well?
Apparently.
Oh, she did say something. You know.
Oh, all of them have apparently.
She called Candice Takesha, whatever that.
Oh, Shaniqua.
Yeah, whatever that.
Yeah, we not got to that bit
racist
yet.
term is.
Oh God, not more catfights on our podcast.
Oh, don't worry about it.
How are we ever going to get sponsorship at this rate?
I'll just say we're sponsored by Felly Whale Whiskers. I don't fucking know.
It wouldn't be working very well. Then Amanda and McRae were in the HOH room, and do you remember, like, Jessie sat down next to McRae, and Amanda went to McRae, come sit with me. And he was like, no. And she was jealous of Jessie.
That was bad.
I know.
That was really bad.
I know. And then...
that reminded me actually of, do you remember on our year when it was Aaron and Faye?
Oh, yeah.
It was that, or even Chicken Stew and Michelle Bass. It was that level of
controlling.
Bad showmans.
And then Amanda was going, because she'd been put up by the MVP, no one would put me up, and what am I doing that people don't like? She's got a bad lack of self-awareness.
It can't be America, can it? Who on earth would vote for me?
But you know what? I still like Amanda, even though she went totally psycho.
I like her as well.
She's a good character.
I like her.
She's a good character. She's crazy. She's obviously really, really insecure. The fact that she would even go out with a guy like McRae in the first place when she's so obviously way out of his league, and then be so insecure about it, it tells you a lot about her personality.
I wouldn't say she was way...
She is.
Out of...
She is way out of his league.
I don't think so. He's got a certain rakish charm.
He has not. He's gross. It's like one of Beavis and Butthead's friends.
Maybe she likes pizza. I don't know.
Well, she'd have to. And then, do you remember this?
And also, you notice with... I think we're not the only people to observe this. When McRae and Amanda are having their little cuddle mans... Macranda, whatever the fuck. She is always on top of him, and you get that feeling that there's no escaping that death grip. You know, it's like, you love me, right? And you just can't get out of it.
Yeah, well, I think he liked it to a point, but then he started to get really pissed off of it.
It's when it started fucking his game up.
Exactly. He went up to the bathroom where Aaron and Gina Marie was and told them not to use the veto on Amanda. Do you remember? And Amanda was going mad about it. And then she said the immortal line, and this is a good one. Amanda said this to McRae.
Yeah.
You need to stop your dictatorship in this relationship.
Well...
Have you ever seen such a good example of projection?
Well, it's a classic example of Big Brother brain and how it can affect anyone on any side of the Atlantic.
That's true.
Just go to show, doesn't it?
I felt a bit sad to see them, although they seem alright again now, but then it did seem like almost like he'd vote her out. She was being so nuts. It was kind of sad.
She was asking for it. I'm surprised she didn't go, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised. She's got good control in that house, you know. She got a proper death grip on that house.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but it all seems to be based on bluster and no substance. I mean, it's not like she's winning much.
It's getting her this far.
Yeah, it is, but I don't think it will last forever.
No, it won't. It won't. So then we had the frog veto. Do you remember that?
Oh, is this Kermit the Fag?
Can you just clarify that that's not you saying that?
I did just say it.
I know, but Spencer said it about Andy.
Yeah, but he was wearing green.
You don't know that. You never saw it.
Andy does wear green quite a lot.
Even so, that's justification.
And he's gay.
If you're wearing green, you can be called Kermit the Fag.
No, I'm saying if you say, you're just a nasty old fag, that's one thing. If you call someone Kermit the Fag, I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying it's more acceptable than just calling someone a, Dumbledore or what have you.
Oh, so being homophobic is okay as long as you do it with humour?
Slightly, yeah.
You know you don't believe that.
Baby, it's CBS, and you know what? The views expressed by the housemates aren't necessarily those of CBS, Georgia Orwell's estate, Chembot, Ted, or anyone else.
But are they the views expressed by you? That's what I want to know.
No, the things with Spencer, although I've heard he said a lot of racist things, I've only actually heard about he supports the Nazi doctors and Kermit the Fag, and I've not actually heard him say either of those things. I've just heard it secondhand. So
hearsay, babe.
It is hearsay. It is hearsay, and that's not admissible in court.
You might never have said those things. So for the frog veto, Candice did a good bit of strategy. She started a row with Amanda, and they had a proper row during the veto. Do you remember? It was funny.
Oh God, it was tacky, wasn't it?
Amanda was really making a show of herself. And
I don't know what's wrong with her. I wish she'd shut up.
That is when Amanda called Candice Shaniqua.
Yeah.
Now,
and then she went, "Is that racist? I don't really give a fuck."
No, she didn't. I don't know.
Near enough. Not far off it.
Did you know there's an N-Dub song called Shaniqua? Have you seen that video? And they're like, "Oh, and I walked in the bedroom and it was Shaniqua." And
oh,
like,
that one.
That's called Shaniqua, I think, or she's got Shaniqua in it. Do you think that's where this Shaniqua stemmed from?
Do we need to explain who N-Dubs are?
Do they have N-Dubs in America?
I think, do you know what? I think they have had hits in America. But I think now, with Talisa's drug charges, I think she'll struggle to get a working visa over there. So
she won't be allowed back.
You can pretty much forget that. And it's not like Dappy's going to get a solo career, is it?
He already has got a solo career.
What, spitting on people on forecourts?
He mentions Kurt Cobain in one of his songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I know, but he's got a conviction. He can't work in America now.
Anyway.
So that only leaves Phaser and Mike GLH or whatever he's called.
No, there's only 3 of them.
No, I mean the drug dealer.
Oh, right. Anyway, so it was one of those vetoes.
Shaniqua.
It was one of those vetoes where they have to, like, they win a prize, but then they have to swap the prize with the next person, sort of thing.
Do you know, if I live to be a million, I'll never understand how that thing works. I just remember seeing it when Will was in with the Christmas. It was the Christmas thing.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
And you swap the presents.
Yeah.
I think if you got the power of veto, like first of all, like I think Amanda did, why can't you say no? I choose to keep it. You have the Bahamas.
Because if you come off first, you don't deserve to keep it, do you? It's like the last person gets dibs.
Still, I don't get it.
And it's not that difficult to get. Anyway, Judd gave it to Jessie. Judd could have had it, but he gave it to Jessie. Judd took £5,000, $5,000. He'll be needing that now.
Exactly. Judd don't want no blood in his hands. Well, he hasn't now.
No. Although Aaron is up to her, what did she say? Up to her shoulders in blood.
Well, it was elbows.
Dan Giesling was up to his elbows. Aaron said she was up to her shoulders.
So really, in a year or two's time, you're going to be about up to the moon in blood. That's a lot of blood.
Anyway,
and wasn't it up to his elbows in beaks?
No, we called it that because it was the Quack Pack.
I see.
Yeah, that was just a winning podcast of ours. Check it out on Spreaker.com. Also, we're on iHeartRadio now, which is apparently a big thing in America. We don't have it over here, but we're on it.
We can't log into it.
I can't log into it,
but we've got no idea what it is.
Can someone listen to it and say like what the advert is at the start? Because if we're advertising like meat or something like that, we don't want to be on it.
Oh God, it's probably like gelatin or something, soap made out of bits of horse. Or
we don't want to get in trouble with Morrissey.
It could be guns. It could be a gun advert.
Maybe it's like Wheat Checks or something.
Could be.
Could be Otabix. Anyway, apparently it's a very good thing to be on there, and we're on there. Check us out, iHeartRadio.
How many listeners we got now?
fuck knows, I don't know, about 12.
Do you know the New York Times is saying this is the best Big Brother podcast recorded in the North Surrey area this year. And that's true.
So after that veto, McRae goes to Amanda, "You're making yourself look an arse," which I thought was a fair point.
She didn't like that much, did she?
No, she did not. And Aaron said a line that I thought was quite funny to Gina Marie. She said, "What?" What?
I'm just trying to think what it could have been.
She said, "I wanted to talk to you before you went into the cone of shame."
Oh, she did have to wear that cone, didn't she?
Yeah, it's like a muzzle, not a muzzle, like what the dogs wear when they have to have their stitch, and they can't have stitch.
That's about right for Gina Marie, I think, isn't it?
It's funny when dogs have to wear those.
They should have just muzzled her.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better.
So anyway, then Spencer went up as the replacement nominee. This is all completely irrelevant now. Finally, not finally, but, you know, getting there.
But first...
We're on to the double eviction night. Woo!
Oh, is this a week's Big Brother?
In one night.
Do you know what?
Fast forward.
For some reason, it didn't feel quite as dramatic as it normally did, even though they just dropped the MVP thing.
Alyssa's thing.
It's not Alyssa's thing. She only won it twice, and then that was it.
Do you know how I feel about this series? I feel like it's not even got started yet, which is weird because.
Well, there are more people, and we're exactly halfway through now, so at least.
No, but I feel like we've lost so many good characters, and.
No, but you always do in this show. That's the whole point. That's the one thing you always complain about.
I'm really fed up with like Helen and Andy and Alyssa and all these boring people, and Jessie. It's so boring.
Well, Aaron's good, isn't she?
Yeah, like
Amanda's good.
Say what you want about Aaron, like she's racist, blah blah blah. She's actually a really good player. She's kicking,
a true gamer.
Kicking everyone's arse in there. But it did make me laugh when Helen's going, "You're Janelle. You're the new Janelle." Fucking Janelle's probably on the phone to her lawyers right now.
Do you think so?
Do you think Aaron will ever get asked back for a All-Stars season?
Probably not. But I don't think CBS is as bothered about this race thing as they actually pretend to be. In fact, I've got a theory about this. Is that, you know, on our Big Brother, we're always having race hate and like people getting thrown out for saying bad words and, you know, this, that, and the other. Don't be transphobic or what have you. And I think they must have seen the spike in our ratings when that's happened. And no, seriously. So what they've done, because there's
scoured the country for the world's biggest racists.
There's always been racism and homophobia in Big Brother USA. They've just never ever highlighted it.
No,
it's been
they normally try and bury it.
It's been on the feeds. It's never on the main show.
Yeah.
We've seen Erica calling her ex a Korean piece of shit. We've seen fan favourite Jeff, whatever he's called,
Schroeder,
saying Dumbledore was a paedophile. Loads of racist things that I can barely even begin to remember, and they've never said 2 words about it. Suddenly they want to have a big hoo-ha about it, and that's all it is. It's a ratings grab, if you ask me. It's just to generate attention to the show, and it's working.
I think it's because, I don't know, because there was social media, like there been social media for a long time, but I think the racism got picked up so much on Twitter that it just became a bigger thing. Do you know what I mean? And they couldn't ignore it. It was almost like they tried to put it under the carpet, but it wouldn't fit, sort of thing.
Not really, because I think maybe I'm doing an entire country a disservice, but I think if you're racist in America, it's not as bad as doing it in this country.
Yeah, because they're a bit behind us.
No, they're ahead of us.
No.
But they're just a bit more racist.
No, politically they're behind us,
for everything else they're 10 years ahead of us.
Yeah, but
Australia is 10 years behind us.
Australia's like 20 years behind.
Well, yeah, they're 20 years behind America.
Yeah.
We're in between.
Yeah.
And then you've got...
No, but we're ahead of America. They've still got
those... Sorry, why?
Because they've still got all those religious nuts. They're anti-abortion.
That's not politics.
They're anti... Yes, it is. They're anti-gay marriage. They've got loads of things that we're way, way further ahead.
Yeah, but you can buy weed in California.
You can buy weed here, go down Camden.
You can get the death penalty.
Yeah, that's behind.
And you get better portions of food as well. So...
I think we might be going off on a tangent.
Oh, okay.
So, double eviction, a week's Big Brother in one night.
Oh, yeah. Now, I can't remember the exact ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
I seem to feel like not really that much actually happened, despite the much heralded.
It's because
process.
the House just votes the same. That's what's so boring. Anyway, there's 9 people on the jury. Do you care about that? No.
Well, I just don't see what difference it makes and what the point of it is.
That's true. What difference does it make?
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's an odd number, so that makes sense. So the vote can still like hang right. But why 9? Is it just so they can have a longer show? I don't know. I assumed it was because of the MVP thing, but obviously that's not the case. I was wrong.
Oh, here's a funny thing. Candice's not leaving speech, but her final speech pleading to the House descended into a ruck with Gina Marie.
Now that's not. I don't think that's right.
That was funny.
You get your 30 seconds. Say your piece.
You've had your 30 seconds.
And hang on, what did Gina Marie say? That
your mother doesn't like you.
But Candice is adopted.
I know. I didn't know that at the time. I thought that was funny, and then they're like, "Oh, Candice is adopted." I was like, "Oh, that's not funny."
But you know, one thing I'll say about Howard is that he spent the whole fucking 3 or 4 weeks going to Candice. Don't say anything. Don't say anything about the racism.
And then the
keep it to yourself. You know, just keep a lid on it. Don't play the game that way. And you know what? He's a knob. She should have said something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I thought it was quite funny when Candice said to Gina Marie, "Oh, you still live with your mum and you're 33." That's quite a good adult sort of argument. I quite admire that.
Wow. She's from Staten Island, isn't she? So and, that's how they roll over there, I think.
And what?
Well, it's like a small place. It's like a small area, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a small, very small suburb of New York. So you know how it is when you go back. Well, when I go back to where I come from, you see the same people working in. Well, not in Woolworths, but you know the same people working in Clark's or Superdrug, or and you think, what the fuck haven't you done something with your life? But that's just how it goes down there. That's just how it is.
Anyway,
that's how we roll, baby. Cockroaches all the way.
Anyway, Candice got evicted by the sheep vote as well. Everyone sheep voted her out.
Have we ever had a non-sheep vote this year?
No, and even Alyssa.
What have you done? Upgraded her to a mythical beast.
Said, "I don't want to do this, but everyone else is," when she voted Candice out.
God, that is one bullshit.
I know.
Way of
get a fucking spine.
I know.
Anyway,
sadly, I vote to evict Judd.
We're not on that yet. Anyway, Candice got evicted in her clowny tard.
Good.
Would you have not kept like a separate outfit, like close at hand?
No, you're not allowed to. When you're evicted,
you're not allowed to. Once you're evicted, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Babe,
what are you talking about?
No way,
what?
babe.
Are you joking?
They are paying you money to be there. If you
go out looking like a twat in a clown uniform.
Did you see what's his name in his banana outfit?
Yeah.
He took it on the chin. Called? I always thought it was Eric, you know.
No, Eric was America's Player. Who was that dude?
There could be another Eric. There was two Jerrys.
Could be, I suppose.
No, but if you're in the Humilitard, Retrotard, whatever the hell it is, whatever it is, then that's what you get interviewed in. That's the way it is. But what I noticed was that the minute she got evicted, she rips her wig off. Now I think she should have been interviewed in that wig. Fair's fair. Fair is fair.
And then Gina said to her as she was leaving, "Get to stepping. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. If karma's a boomerang."
If karma's a boomerang, what was it?
I'll see you next week.
And then the person went,
"What?"
And he had to repeat. Who was it that said that?
That blonde guy. It wasn't.
It was
Kevin.
Will. Will said the original.
Will, yeah.
Karma's a boomerang.
Yeah.
Thing.
No, he was like a blonde guy. Like.
Oh, it wasn't Jason.
He was a gay guy, a blonde gay guy. No, I can't think what it's
Will
called.
was gay.
Was it Will?
Will said, "If karma's a boomerang, I'll see you next Tuesday."
Who was he saying it to? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then someone went, "What?"
I can't remember.
And it completely diminished the impact of that statement.
We always say that though, so it hasn't diminished it that much.
We will fight them on the beaches. Sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying.
Anyway.
This is one giant leap for man. What the fuck did you just say?
So then, Judy Chen, I noticed, was being a right cow this episode. She's been dead bossy.
No, didn't she make a few fluffs on them?
She kept messing up her eyes, and then she's being like dead strict. She was freaking me out.
No, but do you know what? They couldn't make their minds up with those things. They were
what things?
peeing and whoring all over the place with the...
What?
They were shilly-shallying with their answers.
Oh, yeah.
Reset.
So what
I must have an answer, please.
Oh, yeah, so it was something like, did this happen before?
Before?
I don't know.
Or was it more or less?
More or less, that was it, yeah. So, do you know who won that?
Do you prefer Aaron more than Howard or less? More.
So Aaron won that HOH again.
Yeah.
And she looked kind of
shocked,
upset to have won it.
Still, you know, that's a good HOH to win because it's quick. There's no consultation and it's done. And although it's not ideal, it's a you know.
Yeah, you're in and out.
It's a notch on your bedpost, but you don't really have vast amounts of blood in your hands. Plus, they only got rid of Judd, so.
You got to be kidding me.
Who was Judd anyway?
Oh, shush! Come, hold on. So.
Come.
Oh yeah. So basically, Aaron was like, she put up. I can't remember who she put up. Jesse and Spencer. Yeah. And then they took Jesse off because Aaron won the veto as well with the nail veto thing.
Oh yeah.
And then Helen got in Aaron's ear, and they were all in that room. And I felt so sorry for Judd because he thought that they were talking about evicting Jesse, but actually they were talking about evicting him, and he looked like a little deer caught in the headlights.
Well,
why did they all get Judd out?
Exactly, that's the question I was going to ask you. Why did they get Judd out?
Because Helen said so.
Why did Helen say that? He has been plotting a few devious...
How is he?
I think since he got that HOH, you see him, not like Andy, but I see him in a lot of different conversations saying, you know, this is the way it should be, this is what we should do. He's leaning on a few people, and I think he was just pushing this game a little bit too far, if you ask me, but I could be wrong.
And they were all like crying their eyes out, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, regretfully I vote to... If you really don't want to do it, don't fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? What is this?
Exactly.
Grow up. And then when...
why has no one put up Alyssa?
Oh, fuck no. She's
apart from obviously Ted's told them not to.
Exactly. And then when Judd left, he goes, I'm not hugging you, Alyssa. And Alyssa goes, this has got nothing to do with me. And then he goes to Helen, I'm not hugging you either. I was glad he didn't hug Helen. Fucking bitch. Oh yeah, and that was when Helen went to Aaron. Janelle. She's not.
No. In fact, she's not even Brittany.
Do you know how long Judd got in his interview? He got literally asked like 2 questions. He looked shell-shocked, bless him.
What's he going to say? What of interest has he got to say?
He can barely speak, bless him.
J-U-double... How long does it take to say J-U-double-D?
D-U-N-N, done. Judd's a fan favourite.
At least Judd can spell his own name. I will give him that.
Yeah, that's true.
Judd's a fan favourite.
Yeah.
Babe, that's not a compliment.
And he went out in his bare t-shirt.
Fat Jerry is a fan favourite. Rennie is a fan favourite.
At least he went out in his bare t-shirt.
Cowboy is a fan favourite. And so is Ronnie.
No, he isn't.
Oh, well.
And then Helen goes, at least he's on jury now. Lucky Judd, on jury for 6 weeks. Anyway, I guarantee you £1,000.
He's going to have sex with Jessie.
No.
See them kissing the other day?
That was just strategy. I guarantee you they'll put Judd back in. I guarantee you that now. You heard
Why
it
though?
first.
Obviously someone's going back in because of what she said, but surely the options are rife. Normally there's a 4 to pick from,
well,
isn't there?
So far there's only Candice and Judd gone, so...
Exactly, and there's 9 jury members. So if we then... that leaves us with 7. So there'll be a final 5, and they'll be able to pick from one of the 4, unless they can pick from anyone.
Yeah. Or they normally... I think it'll be that we pick, the public pick sort of thing.
Fed up with the fucking public.
Yeah, public. Keep your fucking nose out.
Just bok choy and baby food, head cheese and gorgonzola, whatever.
What is it?
Cow peas. What's a cow pea?
God knows. Anyway, I thought it was really horrible what they did to Judd, and I was sad, and I don't think Judd is a master strategist.
Well...
Do you?
No, not really, but I think he was overcooking his game a little bit, and I think he did deserve it. So, you know what? They always look for a soft option on that when it's a week's Big Brother in one night.
Judd wasn't a soft option. He was like a shoo-in to go a long way.
So you're saying he is a master strategist now?
No, but I'm just saying he's one of those people who can float their way to the end.
Well, that's not a good thing.
But it was sad when they showed, like in the most recent episode, and they showed Judd going, "Oh, if there's anything I can do to stay, if I can help your gang." That was so sad.
In our Big Brother, see, this is what would be good for him. We have a thing where you get to ride a bike, and then through that, the other housemates can use hairdressers and
hair dryers.
Hair dryers.
It powers
and
the
straighteners and God knows what. Now, if you're looking to play a nice guy kind of social game, you just sit there pedaling on that all day so everyone can do their hair. But unfortunately, he didn't have that option.
Well, that option didn't work out well for Callum anyway.
No, in fact, he got voted out for it, basically. And now everyone's hair looks like shit. So, you do the maths.
So this brings us to tonight's episode, which was yesterday's episode or whatever.
So really, we shouldn't be covering this because we're ahead of time, right?
How can we be ahead of time?
I don't know.
We're always behind. We're always a few steps behind.
Yeah.
I lag behind. So this HOH tonight was this banana, rolling a ball down a banana thing.
Oh, do you know what? I watched that and I just didn't absorb a single thing that was going on.
You looked like you were dribbling, to be honest.
It was partly that. It was partly the task, partly the meds.
Do you remember who won HOH?
Yes, I do. Andy.
He's finally going to have to get down off that fence.
Finally, he wins something. Unfortunately,
it's not.
He won something. So it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. But he needs to get some. But you know what? He won't get no blood in his hands. He'll either shift the blame onto someone else.
The house wants it. The house wants it.
He keeps going on. He keeps going on about. He's turning into a right telltale tit as well.
He always has been.
He's a little grass.
He's a weasel.
He's a snake.
He's a ginger weasel.
Oh, babe, it's Ginger Awareness Day today.
I like ginger.
Have a little bit of respect. Yeah, seriously.
I like gingers. Anyway, in America, they love gingers. They don't even have a problem with them like
they just think they're Welsh.
It's like a hate crime if you're a ginger over here.
If you're an American, you got red hair, just say you're Welsh. That's the end of the conversation. Seriously, it works every time.
Oh boy. So anyway, Andy, Helen tried to make Andy put McRae and Amanda up, but Andy actually showed a little bit of spine.
Yeah, but hang on. Who is Andy aligned with?
Apparently, he's in a final four with McRae, Amanda, and Aaron. I think they said, which is a bit random.
That's a funny odd combination. And Aaron's a strong competitor, though.
She is.
She's lucky. She's got luck on her side as well.
Imagine if she wins it.
I'd like that. No, but you know what? She's struggling that final too. That's the trouble. Same as it's the old Alison syndrome,
Depends
isn't it?
who she was up against.
Yeah, true. You know, one of the only people she could have beat was D.U.D.
Oh, poor Judd.
Andy she could beat.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Kermit, as I'll call him.
And what about Amanda crying because McRae wouldn't let her win that thing? Oh, I never win anything.
Well, it's no wonder Amanda won that. Got put on the block by America, isn't it?
It's a shame though, because I like Amanda. Anyway,
I like Amanda as well, but let's face it, she's an arsehole.
Yeah, that's probably why I like her. So America's got to keep its grubby mitts off the game now. MVP is gone.
Have they though?
All they can do is vote on bok choy and baby food. That's it.
You say that, anything could happen. Like, what about Sophie from Facebook or Claire from Twitter? They could all chime in and do some tasks that we don't know about.
I hope not. So that's it. Andy put up Jesse and Spencer. Soft option.
Right. So what about? Oh, hang on. There is veto.
Yeah,
but
we've still got veto. And
And
Helen said she's going to try and get backdoor either Amanda or McRae if Jesse or Spencer win veto.
Who said that?
Helen at the very end bit.
Right. So
you know the McRae thumbs, the upward thumbs. Helen did the downward thumbs and said that's how I feel about the nominations.
So who died and elected Helen? Vice President.
Helen thinks every fucking HOH is her HOH. She's a cunt.
She only won the fucking thing once.
Now I'm going to have to tick the explicit content box.
swearing non-stop since the day we started this thing. Alyssa's not won it for God knows how long. She's playing a very low-profile game. And, you know, they never even show her in the main show. You never even hear her say a word.
Alyssa sounds like a creaky door.
Not even a drop of yoga.
But when she pouts, she looks just like Rachel. It makes me laugh.
Well, you don't see it very often, so I don't know what's going on there, but some sort of trickery,
She's probably fucking outside the Big Brother house staying. She probably sleeps in a hotel room at night like Jackie Stallone. Do you know what I mean?
Rachel's sister. She's not, you know, like landed aristocracy. Is she?
Same thing over
Mind
there,
you, Team Brentshire, they do look after you quite well when you travel.
Have you got anything else to say about...
Yeah, I'm really glad this MVP thing is over finally.
Yeah.
Hopefully they won't replace it with something equally awful, but this having 3 people on the block thing was driving me
rubbish, and 3 people never went up. It was only ever 2 people.
And the HOH never had any power. No. There was no point to it whatsoever. The whole thing was a complete waste of time. So hopefully now we can get back to some true gaming. Get in that boom boom room, put on a bandana and fucking cook up a motherfucking storm.
And also, I think we lost a lot of big characters because of that MVP thing, which is annoying.
But you always lose big characters in this game. Just look how early Jesse went in his year. But at least he got to come back in his gorilla suit, so it's not...
He's just got a big neck. He's not a big character.
How many times have you been back on that show?
God.
3, maybe 4. I'm obsessed with Jesse. I love him.
Oh, God.
Bring him back.
Shush. So I think that about wraps it up. So we'll be back shortly. Well, when we can.
Yeah.
And you should follow me on Twitter, LightUpVM, and read my blog, Exertainment on the blog.
But I noticed that you don't discuss Big Brother USA on your blog.
Well,
you just talk about our ropey old one that we've got in this country.
I used to write the odd Big Brother USA blog last year when I was enjoying the show. But I haven't enjoyed it this year, so I'll just rant about it on here. It's more fun to do it with you. It's more fun to rant with 2, isn't it?
Well, I've got enough bile for 2, haven't I? So
exactly.
So can we start enjoying this show now or not? Hopefully we can.
Let's see. We'll give it a go.
Because let's face it, Ted's already let us down so far this year.
But I hope Julie Chen don't come and shout at us because I'm scared.
Well, if Alyssa don't win, believe me, she will do.
Where's Zingbot? Where's Otev?
Yeah. Otev's always at the end. Otev's the very last task.
Otev.
Otev is the one where they had to run around looking for the CDs, and then Enzo and Reagan have a scrap,
beating the shit out of each other.
Basically, and then you have to get on the podium, hold the thing
bow
up,
down to Otev,
and you're either right or wrong.
Anyway, we'll be back probably in about a week, and we'll see who's new HOH. Let's get Helen out. Get Helen out. Get Helen out. And
I think you'll have a job, really.
Who else? Some other people.
Andy. Get Andy out.
Oh, you'll have a job getting rid of him. He is a cockroach.
To be honest, I want all of them out.
That's the thing. I don't like anyone. That's a problem.
So really, Aaron for the win. Sorry.
Actually, I do like Aaron.
I like Aaron as well.
Maybe she's learnt her lesson.
Yeah.
Hey, class girl.
Maybe. Well, the thing is, she's got rid of Howard now. She's got rid of Candice.
Yeah.
All she's got to do is get rid of Helen, and then there's nothing to offend her in the house anymore. I mean, Spencer's a bit of a redneck. Maybe get rid of him as well.
Aaron's a fucking redneck.
If she can just deal with Chembot, basically, she's got all bases covered. So
if Aaron wins, she won't even have to have the interview. They just come out at the end, celebrate. Yeah. Everyone's a winner.
$500,000.
$500,000. See you later.
Give it straight to the clan.
That's it from us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks to the sponsors as well. Fuck all of you.
Cheers. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.